is that when he went to Jagannath, right? And he goes to this house of ill repute to preach on behalf of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he finds these two drunkards. And they're engaged in all types of illicit behavior. And violence, by the way. So when Lord Nityananda went to ask them, he actually clasped their feet and cried tears and said, "Please accept this holy name of the Lord." And instead of accepting the holy name, what did they do? There was a clay pot, it had a broken shard, and they hit Nityananda in the head. His head was bleeding. So this is the risk that we take on behalf of the Lord when we go out to distribute this mercy to everybody. Many of the demons are not very welcoming, are they? We don't see that the demons are very welcoming for Nityananda's mercy. Matter of fact, they don't know anything about Nityananda. They're unaware of Lord Nityananda. Nitai Padikamala. That means that one has to take the mercy of the feet of Lord Nityananda. We have to accept that mercy. So what did he do? When he goes back to the devotees, where Chaitanya sees that his head is cut, he hears the story, and immediately he comes to the site with Sudarshan Chakra disc in hand. Isn't this wonderful? And he wants to kill the demons immediately. But what did Nityananda do? What did he do? He actually used his body, really, as a, what do they call this nowadays when they put the body in front, to, the terrorists are doing this all the time, by the way. Shield? Well, the bodily shield. Yeah, in other words, you're using your body as a shield. So Lord Nityananda fell before Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and begged him, "No, your incarnation is not to kill the demons, but to kill the desire to be a demon. In other words, to kill the sin, don't kill the sinner." And by doing that, Lord Chaitanya's fame would be spread, obviously, in a wonderful, wonderful way. So Lord Chaitanya very much appreciated that. And instead of killing them, he killed their sinful way and their sinful nature, and they became great devotees. So that's one great story. There's so many wonderful stories about Lord Nityananda. Does anybody else have one they'd like to share? Another story about Nityananda? What about the breaking of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's danda? That's a nice story, right? He didn't really see Lord Chaitanya as a monist. He saw him as three parts: body, mind, right, and soul. So one time he was not very pleased with the danda that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had accepted. So he broke it into three parts and he threw it, I believe, in the Ganges. Is that correct?
Atharnala.
What was it?
Atharnala.
Ah.
That's near Puri.
Near Puri, yeah. So he threw it in the river, right? And that way established Lord Chaitanya in this mood of tree dunding, right? And this is our follow. We follow like that as well. Any other good stories? Another good story would be...
Mahaprabhu was lamenting that I had only one possession, the danda, and you broke it now. So he got mad. He said, now either you go to, they were traveling to Puri. So he said, either you go to first or I go first. I'm not going to travel with you. So they said, no, Mahaprabhu, you go first. Then where they met, and he saw them. Jagannath, he went into ecstasy, and then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya took him to his house. Yeah. I think I can love it.
But he wouldn't let Nityananda go with him to Jagannath Puri, would he?
Not at that time,
Not at
but
that
they were
time.
together after that.
Yeah, after that.
But then when they came, because Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy when Bhattacharya's place, but they didn't know whether he was alive or and all the devotees came, and they started congregational chanting, and Mahaprabhu rose and started chanting with them.
Yeah, that's a great story.
He is there. But it is all in the mercy that Prabhupada came.
Yeah, and we've been celebrating in Atlanta at New Panahanti. We've been celebrating this chipped rice festival now for, 50 some odd years. And that story is quite wonderful as well. That story is where Nityananda prepared this big feast. Lord Chaitanya was not there though, right?
He invited,
He invited him.
nobody
He was invisible.
invisible, he came.
Only Nityananda could see, and they were stealing from one another some prasad. It was quite,
Goswami could see and Raghav Pandit
could see. Right. And that festival's quite wonderful as well. We love that festival in Atlanta.